So I'm back to my current favorite subject, which is that murder of those seamen in the Mediterranean. I found out just today that apparently the Admiral Bradley uh, acknowledged two things. One, these people didn't have any weapons, no radio phones, no nothing. Two, they weren't even coming to America. They were going to another island, and then they suspected that the cocaine, and it wasn't fentanyl, cocaine. So he admitted that. He admitted it was fentanyl. Admitted it wasn't fentanyl. It was cocaine. The boats were not even headed to. I think they were going to Suriname. They weren't even headed to the United States. They weren't even going to be anywhere in U.S. territorial waters. And I knew that was true just from the size of the boats. And three, they had no weapons, they had no radios, and they were shirtless. Why were they shirtless? Because they had taken their shirts off and they were waving them to the drone, thinking that that was a plane that could come to their rescue, which it should have. Not the drone, but we should have gone to their rescue. We're required to do that by the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And it's like, every time they turn around, when the facts come out about that hearing, is every argument that these apologists for Trump and Hegseth, mainly they're talking about these damn Republican senators, in a long tradition of Republicans lying, and I don't care if you like that or not, that's the fact, and I'll prove that to you in a court of law any day. And I've been watching this my whole life. They just say things that are not just lies, but they're stupid lies, saying that these things are like Trump. Oh yeah, they're sending drugs to the United States. These drugs are like bullets. They're intended to kill Americans. They're killing Americans by the millions. And what they're doing is a typical thing of liars. And I'm an expert on liars because I've been trying jury trials for many decades. I've cross-examined many people, including top experts in technology, top experts in economics, top experts in business, top experts all the time, plus other people who should know better, who try to fool a jury by lying all the time, and I can tell when they're lying and I can rip them apart in a witness stand, which is why I wish I could get these politicians on a witness stand sometime. So what they're doing is a typical liar's trick. It's called false equivalency or false molding together of disparate subjects to make themselves seem as though they're the same subject. So what Trump is doing is he says, and all of these people backing him up, all these Republicans mouthing the same, they write a script and then they all read the damn, and you can tell, they even do it on their TV interviews. They say the same things all the time. And what they're saying constantly is, yeah, these drugs are poison. Poison, Trump says. They're poison. And they're sending poison to the United States to kill the American people. Well, what he's doing is conflating fentanyl with cocaine. Cocaine is not poisonous. Let's get this straight. It's a recreational drug. There's almost no evidence that cocaine is poisonous. Now, there's problems with doing it, but it's not a poison. And the people who take it voluntarily. They know the risks, or they should. And unless they have severe heart conditions, or they're overdosing, or they're addicts, you can become addicts to cocaine, by and large, they don't die from it. You've got movie stars, you've got executives, you have all kinds of people taking cocaine. And it's not a poison, and it's not it is not directed at destroying American people. In this particular case, it wasn't even going to America. But they equate that, they conflate that with fentanyl. Now, fentanyl is a poison. And fentanyl doesn't kill millions of people, but it's killing a lot of people, and it doesn't take much to kill it. And the reason it gets into drugs is because these good-for-nothing bastards from China sending the raw materials in, and then processed in Mexico, and in small amounts of it gets shipped up, and they mix it with cocaine and other drugs, heroin and whatever, that people shouldn't be taking anyway. And then they mix it because it gives people a bigger high, because it's very cheap. They cut the more expensive drugs with this cheap fentanyl because they make it in a lab. And that fentanyl is poison. It is killing people. But these people in Venezuela on these small boats are, one, not bringing this stuff into the United States, and two, the stuff that is coming to the United States is cocaine. And I went through the figures the other day. 1,000 people have died from using cocaine that didn't have fentanyl in it. And almost every one of those people that died had a severe heart condition because it makes the heart beat faster and it constricts the blood vessels. if you don't have a heart condition and you're not taking a massive overdose and you're using cocaine, statistically, you're not going to die from it. So he conflates those two, and he just says drugs are killing people. These narco terrorists, I love that, narco terrorists are bringing in poisonous drugs which are like aimed at as like bullets at the American people. Not bringing them into the United States. It's not fentanyl. They're not narco terrorists. And by and large, these are poor people. They're not the drug kingpins. They're not members of a gang. They are people who are poor people that look at a way to pick up a few bucks driving a boat at great risk. So they just lie and lie and lie. And so that's, I'm going to make another video because I can't make them too long. So, but bottom line is, every time I turn around, it's another damn lie. The bottom line is, they murdered those people, and what kind of morality and what kind of sensitivity or lack of it do these people have? To sit there with 40 minutes, they watch these people desperately trying to cling to the top or to the bottom of a boat that had been flipped upside down. They weren't trying to turn it back up so they could go on their merry journey to Suriname or wherever the hell they were going. They were trying to hold on to a boat, and they kept falling off of it. They weren't sitting there playing a fiddle and waiting for reinforcements so they could figure out some way to flip this half of a boat left and go on their merry way to deliver the drugs. It's not only just doesn't insult, it insults your intelligence. And the fact that these people would make up one crappy lie after another, one stupid, just insults your intelligence after another, to try to justify what? Looking at people, the natural human inclination to see people drowning, struggling mightily to pull themselves, hold on to, get some footing, some traction on some remnants of a boat about the size of a table, I understand, to hold on to keep from drowning. And these people were desperate. They were waving their shirts. They were trying to get somebody to come to their help. And these people sat there and watched them suffer like this for 40 minutes, and then instead of sending somebody to help them, which is the human and humane thing to do, they blew them to pieces with a rocket from a drone. What kind of people are running our government? And it's all Republicans. It's not Democrats. So people say, oh, well, they're all the same. I hate it. They're all the same. They're not all the same. The Democrats aren't doing that. It's Donald Trump, it's Pete Hegseth, and it's these damn Republican senators who come out there and act like, oh, this is just fine. I'm so glad they're doing it. I heard one guy say, I'm really glad they're doing this. If you're a Republican and you're really glad that people are killing helpless people in the ocean after watching them suffer for 40 minutes, then you're not an American. You're not even a human being.